Once you get your first gig, the games are done.
If you keep watching, you'll find out five steps that will get you to your first gig.
Jazz amore, jazz amore.
Ciao, my name is Eleonora.
And my name is Rossella.
And together we are
Jazz Amore.
This is our channel where we share motivational videos, inspirational stories,
Musician mindset and marketing tips for musicians who want to start living from music.
If you want to know how to get your first gig, please keep watching. If you're watching this video, it's probably because you play an instrument, you sing some songs, you have family, friends, everyone telling you, oh, you know, you should get a gig somewhere, you should play at the bar down the road, whatever. And you're like, I don't know even like where to start, how to get my first gig. And I think we were in a pretty similar situation at that stage.
Yeah, it was exactly like that because we already had this idea of this project together. We already met. We didn't know how to promote the project. So I actually went one day to have a pizza with some friends to an Italian bar called Italian Bar. In Sydney. The atmosphere was fantastic. The place was really, really cute. There was live music there. So I felt like this is the place that could really be perfect for our project. And so I went to the owners. I asked to the waitress around, where is the owner? How can I talk with them? And there were two Italian brothers. And I asked, you know what? I got an Italian project. I think that we would be perfect for this place. How can we get the gig? And he said, okay, send us some material and we're gonna chat about it. And I felt like, okay, now we really need to put all our effort on and we need to record our material and rehearse the repertoire. So that's what we did.
Yeah, and then we thought about it and we discussed, how did we actually get the first gig? And that was pretty much the story. From that moment on, we had to organize quite a few things. So if you keep watching, you'll find out what we discussed. And it's basically five steps that will get you to your first gig. First thing you should do is to visualize your project. You need to have very clearly in mind what's your genre. Music, genre. That's the type of music you play, which in our case was Italian music. So we already knew pretty much, all the classical Italian songs and traditional folk songs we wanted to play. And then the other thing was in this project, how many people there are. In our case, again, it was just the two of us. At the beginning, I thought we should get a double bass, we should get drums, and I was trying to make it bigger because in my mind it would have been like a nice big
7-piece
band, yes.
But would have been very hard to sell it at the beginning.
That's it. So we thought, okay, let's try to keep it simple for now and then we can expand it later. So at least we could start getting a first gig, like in a restaurant, in a bar, in a cafe. That's much easier if it was just the two of us. And then there was something else, right?
Yes, there was, of course, the image that we wanted to give to the project. It was about visualizing not only the music, but also the look, because it's really important nowadays. Look and sound goes on the same level. So, for example, for us, we wanted to bring the old Italian traditional songs. So we were visualizing like a kind of a vintage style. We already had a vintage microphone. We wanted to dress up a little bit, similar like today. And we wanted to have hair and makeup similar. And this made the difference, I think, in our project. It was really impactful. And everyone actually thinks that we are sisters.
Let us know in the comment below if you think
that we are sisters,
cousins, just friends. Let us know.
The second step is find your niche. It's really important to find the niche in which you want to stay. And when you have to think about your niche, you have to understand two important things. You want to target the places that you think are really good for your project, and then you want to target the audience that can come to your concert. You have to analyze these two kind of markets.
Yeah, so basically in terms of location, first of all, why did Rossella know already that the Italian bar would have been the perfect place for us because Italian music was our niche. So of course she thought, okay, that's the perfect location for us.
Like we wanted to expand for Italian, at the beginning, Italian bars, Italian restaurants. So we started from restaurants, but we already had in mind that we wanted to do Italian festas all over Australia. We wanted to collaborate with the Italian brands, everything about Italy. You don't know how many opportunities you can find if you really are specific in your niche. Don't think that finding your niche will narrow so much your opportunities. Is really the contrary, because when people will look specifically for a project, and for example they are organizing an Italian theme party, they will come for sure to you, and that will give you much more opportunities on the long run. And then about your audience, you have to analyze who can come to your concerts. So for example, for us at the beginning, we were thinking about Italians of second generations, or everyone that had some contacts with Italy, or everyone that had some nostalgia or a crazy passion for Italy, Italian food, Italian music, Italian fashion. So we actually have a wide age range, 60, 50 years old, but also people that, like us, moved to Australia and they are in their 30s, moved to Australia, and they want just to recall that Italian vibe, and we bring to them this Italian vibe when they are so far from home.
So based on your niche, now we have your third step, which is prepare your repertoire. Yes, exactly. Once you know your niche, what kind of music you do, your project, you have everything clear in your mind, then you definitely start thinking about what kind of songs you want to sing, what kind of songs you want to play. And like Rossella mentioned, for us it was maybe a bit of old school Italian songs, because also our target were people migrated here a long time ago, or like second generation Italians. So we kind of knew already all the Italian classics we wanted to play, and that could be the same for you and for your project. The other important thing to know is we were doing covers, of course. So what we wanted to add as an added value was our own arrangement. And I mean, that's not that easy to do, but especially with one guitar and just two vocals, but maybe that was our strength at the time, and we thought, okay, let's focus on the voices, because we could do, amazing harmonies with two of us. So you just need to think a bit and brainstorm a bit what's your added value. If you're playing as a solo, you might use a loop that could be considered as an added value. If you have a 7-piece band, that's already the added value.
That's the value.
Yeah, so it was difficult though at the time to put together the repertoire. It was like over 30 songs, and we had to rehearse in like a couple of times, and I was working full time at the time, so like after work Rossella would come home and like play every song until we actually nailed it. So why 30 songs? Because that's the other important thing to know, is research your market and the location where you propose your project, because that's where you will realize for how long the other musicians play in that place. So is it gonna be, like late afternoon gig, 6 to 8, okay, a couple of hours, how many songs do I need to know to cover 2 hours? That's it. That's how you put together your repertoire. You need to understand all these factors that come in order to have your set list of songs.
And we get to the step 4, create relevant material. It's really important to create some video and photo material. You can have a little video to promote yourself to restaurants, to cafes. For example, we once we rehearsed the repertoire, we had the luck that Eleonora was living in a beautiful skyscraper building. So we recorded. It was beautiful. We recorded on the balcony in the night with all the skyscrapers behind, and it was such a beautiful atmosphere for us. It looked like New York, and we were bringing Italian music.
It looked like Sydney.
Well, we are in Sydney, you know. I mean, the atmosphere was really good. So we created this material, mixing up 3 songs, and we soon sent this video to the owner of the restaurant that we wanted to get the gig from. Once you get your first gig, that's, you know, the majority of the things are already done. Once you get your first gig, please tell all your friends to shoot some videos for you, shoot some photos. You really have to have some good shots, and you want to upload them on Instagram, because remember, before starting a project, it's really important your presence on social media as well. So open an Instagram channel, a very basic one, and then upload these photos, these videos that your friends shoot to you on Instagram. That's how you're gonna get your other gigs. So you're gonna send that material to all the other Italian restaurants, for example. So they're gonna say, oh, this guy is already played somewhere.
If you have some money to invest, maybe you can even shoot some more professional videos, or ask, you know, some professional photographers to take photos of you. So that could be also something you can upload on Instagram, on any other social media channel you want to use. You may want to have a professional YouTube video of your live gig, and then you can use that to promote your next gig.
We don't advise you to go to gigs underpaid, but just at the beginning, even to get your first material, it's really important just to get the gig. It can be a gig for free or a gig that is underpaid for your value. That's okay, it's just the beginning. You're gonna set your value and your price a little bit higher straight after. So just throw yourself
Out there.
It's really important. The most important thing, once you are out there, the games are done.
So you think you have everything set up, everything done, your repertoire, your material, you're ready to go on your Instagram channel, but maybe there's something missing here, and that's step 5, which is get your gear. So you need to know what you actually need for this gig, right? So depending on the place where you're gonna play, you may have to bring your own PA. This is, you know, sounds like a big thing, especially at the beginning, but our solution was something simpler, which is a small amp, like the cube that we have and we still use after 4 years. And you think, okay, that's expensive, I don't have much money. There's many options. And for us in Australia, there's an amazing option, which is a website called musiccorp.com.au. We're gonna link it down below. And that's where you can rent your gear. You actually not even renting it. I think it's leasing, right? So you can even buy it after some time.
Yes, exactly. And we just paid $31 a month for a Cube EX3, the bigger size of the Roland Cube.
Yeah, so that's, for example, the first thing you can think of. But then, of course, if you're a singer, you might want to have, you know, your microphone cable and mic stand, and guitarist, guitar. You have the cube. Maybe you just have a jack. You need a jack to plug that in, and that's it. Basically, in our case, it was super simple. Depending on what your project is, then you'll find out what exactly you need. But we can maybe make another video about this.
We're surely gonna make another video about all our gear.
And that was it. These were our 5 steps to get your first gig. So first thing, visualize your project.
Find your niche,
Prepare the repertoire,
prepare some decent material,
and get ready with your gear. But now we have a bonus step for you, right?
Yes, it's really important, guys, don't forget it, to promote your gig. You cannot play a gig and nobody knows about it. You really have to get out there and don't be shy. Put your material on your social medias. It can be Instagram, it can be TikTok, it can be a Facebook event, and share it through WhatsApp, Facebook Messenger, DM on Instagram. Now it is so easy to really get your community. You have to make the best out of it. So use the social media at the best.
And don't do it just before the gig, do it even during the gig, because that's something we didn't know maybe at the time. But we should have had something that we bring now all the time. It's like a big, nice, cool banner with our beautiful faces on top and a code where people can scan and find us on social media, and then they can share and tag us in the stories and do all these cool things that at the time we had no idea we could do. So even if it's not a big banner, you can have, you know, a small sign with your name, your tag. But this way you will help yourself promoting it even more, like you get other people to promote yourself. So yeah, that's our bonus step. Thank you so much for watching the video.
We are Jazz Amore.
Thank you so much for watching our video. If you like it, please give us a thumb up and subscribe to our channel. But also let us know in the comment below if there's anything else you'd like to know from us.
And if you kept watching till here, what is the word that we want you to write in the comment this time? Pasta!
Ciao!